Good evening, everyone. This is Ronda McCarroll, and I just want to talk with you guys about what's going on in this America, what's going on with this president right now. He did an interview, and the person that was giving the interview asked him a question about John Lewis. How do you not? How can you open your mouth and say you do not know who John Lewis is? John Lewis was a 17-year term senator. John Lewis was one of the forefathers behind the Civil Rights Acts. John Lewis was the man that almost got killed on Bloody Sunday when the people were fighting for the voting rights. John Lewis was the man who even had sent out a tape and a printed word to leave us on what we need to continue to do. Stay known. His biggest fight was the voting right. He almost died for that. If anybody know the history of the Bloody Sunday back there, back there, he don't even realize he didn't even remember how he got to the hospital. He literally got um his life could have ended that day when the troopers, a peaceful protest, attacked them with billy clubs, with the dogs, with the hoses. But we don't have that kind of hatred. We're not looking for that kind of hatred. All we want is to be treated as equals, not to be inferior. But it don't work like that. But we have a president that sits up in the White House, and every time he opens his mouth, he lies. I want y'all to listen to what he said. He's doing his best to close down the post office because he don't want to do the mail-in ballots, which is during this coronavirus, is the most safest way to go. Especially for the senior citizens who really love doing that. Even when I was in the military, my mama voted absentee for me. And now he said the only state that he trusts is Florida. He just basically said it out of his own mouth. He's going to fix it away where he can cheat. Where he can cheat, he can lie, do anything he can to where he can stay president. Because basically, people are becoming wise and they realize everything this man do, he is not making America great. He's making America even worse. And we got to realize that. So basically, it's time out for this. We got to wake up. We got to smell the coffee. And don't just be going by what the media is saying. Research stuff for yourself. Learn for yourself. Because the news people are there to lie to you. Fox News was better known as Fox Fake News. You have to research this for yourself. Just like Dr. King's granddaughter, Bernice King's daughter, talking about saying they made John Lewis homegoing political. He was a politician. He made it political because he did it his way. It's time for us. It's time for us to get in that good trouble. It's time for us to stand up for right and to get rid of people who's not doing the right thing. But basically, I always knew Donald Trump was a racist. I always knew Donald Trump was a loud, immature, 70 plus years old man who loved to do that. He picks stuff that he know that his party, his supporters are gonna fight for. His supporters want to deal with racism. So he used that because now he's going back to the flag again about kneeling and disrespecting the military. That kneeling does not disrespect me. I'm a veteran in the U.S. Army. I know why they kneeling. They kneeling for the injustice, for the police brutality, for where people feel that they can do anything they want to do. It have nothing to do with the flag. And basically, if y'all even knew anything about the flag, some of the things that you guys are doing to the flag is more disrespecting than kneeling. But people don't want to see that. And that's the reason why, because you're afraid. You're afraid to lose that so-called power that you have because people are getting wise. People are no longer being stupid to the fact. When you sit there and you watch someone kill a man on tape, being videotaped, and leave his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And he looked in the camera and like basically on his face expression saying, what you gonna do about it? And the other two had their knee on his legs while the Asian cop was sitting up there being making sure nobody couldn't get there to knock him off. We got people getting mad trying to say why we still want justice for Breonna Taylor because she needs to get justice. Those cops in Louisville, Kentucky, they sat there and they lied. They did not knock, they did not announce themselves and make it so bad. The person they were looking for, they already had him in custody. And they could easily found out. The point was she was a black woman asleep in her bed, a first responder, a nursing school student. All she wanted to do was help people. And she was sleeping while black. Basically, she was killed in her sleep. And I'm going to ask you a question. If that was you, somebody bust down your door at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and you in bed sleeping and you are a licensed gun owner, they don't announce themselves, what would you do? The same thing that her boyfriend did. Grab his gun and start shooting. Because basically he wanted to protect him and that was his family. But when we get guns, you guys get afraid. But up in Michigan, when those whites went to the state capitol in Michigan and basically they cursed out the cops, they spit on him, they did everything, but the cops did nothing to them. If that had been black people doing that, we all would have been dead. Forget, I don't even say arrest because y'all don't think about arrest. Y'all want to kill us. That's all what it is. That's what it's all about. You want to kill us. You want to take us out. You want to continue to demoralize, to break us down like you did back in the past. But you got to realize the people now who Trump is trying to attack are the millennium and Generation Z. These young people. Like now, Trump want to block TikTok. I wonder why. You want to block the age of the people who can vote his ass out. Straight up. And that's what we're going to do. Not only do he got to lose the way Bill Clinton beat George W. Bush father in a landslide. But guess what? We can't stop there. We got to get rid of Mitch McConnell. No, he's not as crazy. He's not as stupid. He's not as loud as Trump. But he does it sneaky. He's like that sneaky, quiet, evil. Because this man had the civil, he is holding the civil rights Act hostage, and he have held it for 7 years. He won't even put it up for a vote. He don't have to vote for it, but he won't even put it up for a vote. But he have held it for 7 years. We got to go after those senators. We got to get those racist people out. And I'm sorry, I'm a person, I don't believe in abortion, but it's not my right to tell someone what to do with their own body. We are not God. And there's a lot of people that call themselves Christians, but don't even know the real meaning. Yeah, I'm calling out these evangelists, these preachers. Why y'all are not calling out Donald Trump on his mess? The reason why is because he's giving your church something. Yes, I'm calling out Paula White. I'm calling out Benny Hinn. I'm calling out Ron Parsley, John Hagan. I'm calling you guys out. It's time for y'all to call out mess, to call out racism. It's time out for that. Because this country is so broken. I mean, literally, America have became a laughing. Other countries are laughing at us because basically they said, "Oh my gosh, they trying to show us how to do stuff." When look what we got up in the White House. Look at the hypocrisy that we have up in the White House. And the only reason why Donald Trump canceled his convention, he had no choice. Because if it hadn't spiked, if the coronavirus hadn't spiked in Jacksonville, he still would have he was gonna still do it in Jacksonville, Florida, and the governor was gonna allow it. But guess what? He had no choice because the coronavirus had spiked so high, he had to cancel. He had to stop it. He's telling you guys that the coronavirus is a fake. I don't call over 150,000 deaths a fake. I know this thing is real. My auntie passed away from this. She was in a nursing home. We could never see her, but she died from it. My sister used to had it. She's better now, but she had it. She's clear now. My cousin Tremilia, she had it. And it got so bad she also had pneumonia. And that was really doing her in. It really was impacting her breathing. So for people who think that this coronavirus is a fake, it's fake news, they are ignorant. And if you notice, everybody who say that the coronavirus does not exist, for some reason, they die. They get it and they die. Those say we don't need to wear the mask and they want to be in a group of people, bad stuff happened to it. God gives us common sense. Some people choose not to use it. So we got to wake up. We got to wake up. That's the reason why he is fighting so hard to block us from voting, because the most powerful tools that we have is to vote. And that's what they don't like. Why you think when black people were trying to get that right to vote, they were trying to kill us? They are afraid of us to vote. They will do anything to deter us. They will do anything to take us out. You hate black people, but you love black culture. You love our hair. You love our skin tone. You love our music. You love our hips, our thighs. We got people shooting up Botox. Thank God I ain't got to do it. I was blessed with it already. But Basically, what it is, you we got to get out there and use our greatest tool. Get off our butts. Once you get those ballots, don't wait. Fill them out, send them back. Do it as quick as possible because they're doing their best to bring out a. They trying to they trying to stop the voting process. Because you remember what happened in a local voting they had in Kentucky. They tried to shut the polls down earlier, and they had to get them to open the doors back up. They are doing their best to try to see if they can stop us. But they can't stop us, they can't block us, so they do anything they can. Okay, yes, the cops are crooked, not all of them, but if the good ones don't stand against the bad ones, they just as bad. I would listen to this young lady. She lived in Birmingham and she worked for the custom up in Huntsville, Alabama. She's going to work, and this white cop in Kimberly, Alabama. I know exactly where it's at. Yes, it's very racist. Pulled her over and was just being all types of rude. Then to find out he don't even do tickets. If she was not in her uniform, it would have went a whole lot different. They literally would have killed her. If she hadn't had, what if she just had on her black t-shirt and when she went in to get her license and her registration to show it to him, and he saw the gun, she would have been dead. And he would have got off by saying, "Oh, she drew her gun on me," and he would have been off. But on the one thing he forgot, she went to go see his chief. She went to them. So even if they don't give a crap if you black. You can be a cop. But if your skin color is my skin color, they do not like you. They hate you. That's why I said cops like that do not deserve to be cops. If you cannot uphold to protect and to serve and to do it with integrity, you do not need to be a police officer. You don't need to be that. So it's just so much. They need better training. Some of them need psych eval. Even in the military, they send you through all types of tests to make sure you don't get off on killing people. If they send you over to Afghanistan, to Iraq, or wherever it's at, you got to go through a series of tests to make that killing people is not what you want to do. To make sure you got it up here is together, and you're not like a ticking time bomb. So if you got to do that kind of work in the military, it need to be the same type of training that they give you. They need to have that same type of training to become a police officer too. Because everybody's not meant to do that job. That job is not for everyone. And I know the law. And I study my rights. And that's how I know. Cops that don't like black people, if you know your rights, they hate you with a passion. And then when you know the rights better than they do, they really get upset. But I just want people to know your rights. Get out and vote. Use your greatest right to vote. They don't want you to vote. That's why they do everything in their power to see if they can destroy you, that they can bring you down so hard. But know your rights and use your rights. Vote. We had people like John Lewis who just passed away. C.J. Vivian who just passed away a week before John Lewis. Dr. King, Malcolm X. We have so many people. Mega Egger. We gotta start. We gotta get out there, and it's time for us to get out there. And I'm ready to fight this fight. I'm not doing it for friendship. I'm gonna put it out there. And it's time out for that. We got to get out there. We got to do what we got to do. And we're going to have to stand firm in this. Black lives matter. See, you can't say all lives matter anymore. Because all lives don't mean crap until Black lives matter. That means every nationality got to matter. You can't think it's easy for you to say it's easy to kill a black person. Or you can go out there, people buying hotel room and the baby swimming in the pool. And this man said, if they stay in the room, I'm moving out. What kind of mess is that? And I'm going to call the cops. Why? Because you don't want to be around black people, but then you say you're not racist? Duh, that's being racist. It's time out for that. I'm liking now, we got these people telling Native Americans to go back to their country. Duh, if you know anything about real history, the Native American was here before you were. You stole it from them and gave them a little patch of land, and you call it a river. You gave them a little patch of land and said, do this. And then when you almost got rid of all them, what you do, you go get some Africans, and then you bring them over here. Because trust me, they did not come over on a love boat. They came on a slave ship. Because y'all wanted America. They don't want to admit it, but you were built on free labor. I'm going to ask you a question again. If you know history, when the Native American and the African American and the Latin America and the Chinese were the people that built America, what the heck did y'all do? You came up from your European country and you stole everything. Y'all were telling us, said, if you don't like the country, go back to Africa. I said, well, guess what? Everything that black invented, we take it back over there to us. And now you want to have some type of vaccine or drug you want to shoot up into Africa. Why you pick up all the countries? Why do you pick Africa? What are y'all so afraid of black people for? For 8 years, we had a black president. We didn't act like the way you guys acting. We wasn't hating on you guys. We didn't do that. We used the common sense that God gave us. All we want is our equal rights. That's it. We want to be treated as equal. But you don't really want to do that. Y'all don't want the power to change. You don't want to be in the middle, to be equal. Y'all want to stay up high while you keep your foot on us even harder. But guess what? Time is changing, whether you like it or not. No matter what the evil stuff that you do, no matter how hard you try to do it, you will not succeed. No matter what you try to do to us, we shall still stand and we shall rise. And we will get justice for Breonna Taylor, whether you like it or not. We will get justice for Ahmaud Arbery. We will get justice for George Floyd. We will get justice for Tamir Rice. We will get justice for Trayvon Martin, when all he did was a young black boy at his daddy's apartment going to go get some Skittles and a can of iced tea. And he got killed. We will get justice. Say their name. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Whether you like it or not, we matter. Because when God made us, he knew everything was good. I don't know what y'all say, but all I know, I was made in the image of God. In Genesis, they said I was made in the image of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'm not what you call me. I am not a monkey. The only time I saw a monkey when I went to the zoo. And it's time out for us to start doing. We got to stand up. We got to fight for this. We got to get out here and we got to vote. We got to help. We got to tell people they need to get out and vote. And if they don't vote and they get another 4 years of Trump, they ain't got nothing to say but deal with the fallout. Because basically, I hate to say it, another 4 years of Trump, you think we in hell? It definitely gonna be hell on earth. Thank you.